Hello, my lunatic friend. It's the crypto lunatic from the Lunar Cafe, bringing you moonshots and hidden gems before they pump. And today we're going to talk about different types of coins. So in crypto, there's many different subcategories, but effectively, this market, more so than any other market, to my knowledge, is influenced by hype, which means that if enough people talk about it, enough people have influenced it, enough people buy in at low market cap coins, you can pump the price. But then often you get the dump, the pump and dump. So you need to be careful in looking into coin fundamentals. And the other type of investment into crypto is looking where the value is, looking to find coins that are solving problems, that have utility, and more importantly, my friend, making money. Making money. Jerry Maguire of crypto. Show me the money. Show me the money. So I did a report on GMX coin a few days ago and it massively pumped since then. And that was a classic example of discovering coins before they pump. That's the important part before they pump. It's all about timing the market. Now, nothing that I say is investment advice. I'm not invested in SUILEND and I am not paid by the company to do this review. This is simply an educational video for you to show you how to look for value. How to look for value in coins that are potentially underpriced, that should maybe be higher. And with all of that in mind, my lunatic friend, join me on a little journey. So all value discovery starts here on DeFi Lama. This is a fabulous resource if you're into value investing. We're always looking for total value locked. Is there money being locked into this ecosystem? This is what we want to look for, and we want to look at trends. And when we look at this, we go back to July 2023, we see 11 million value locked into this chain. And then over time, look, 24, it's gone up to 266 million. We've gone through to the midpoint in the year, it's up to 600 million. Now we go to the end of the year here, and we're up to 1.6 billion. Now it's taken a dip back, but now the momentum seems to be on the up again. And we've got 2.15 billion locked into this protocol, which means that there's money in there and locked in. So the next question we ask is, well, where is the money? Who's benefiting the most from this, all this value locked? And we go down to this graph here, fees paid over the last 24 hours. And we see that there's 500,000 being invested in SUI over the last 24 hours. 500,000 in 24 hours. And who's got the lion's share? We go here and we see SUILEND taking the lion's share of the revenue that's generated on this chain. So we go down. We click total value locked and we see which has got the most value locked in it. And you'll see, look, SUILEND is massively out front of the next biggest value locked in this protocol. Massively out. We see strong gains on the day, on the 7 day, and on the 1 month. We're seeing momentum is bullish. We're seeing all the signs are bullish. We're seeing fees generated bullish. We're seeing revenue over $30,000 in a single day. Cumulative revenue. Now let's see how it stacks up if we click this. So SUILEND has got the second highest cumulative revenue, but we'll see the momentum. It's catching up with Cetus. We're seeing that it's catching up with Cetus. So lots of positives here. So we go here. And with all of that money plowing into this network, how is this possible? We look at this graph and it doesn't add up, my lunatic friend. So this thing started trading at $3.76 back in December 24. And look, it looks like a scam coin. How is it possible that we've got a chain, we've got something, a protocol making all this money that's done this? Now, let's explain this to you. We go down, we see it's on plenty of exchanges. We also see as we go down, well, there's not really much more to see there. So what we're going to do is we're going to look here. Look at the market cap. This is a tiny little market cap coin. Tiny. 30 million for something that's making all this money. The fully diluted value is still well under 100 million, only on 63 million. And we look here, we see roughly half of the coins are circulating. Now, this can be a reason for price suppression, is that coins are being released through vesting schedules. We go on the deep dive here, the overview. Now, you can pause and read this should you wish to do so, or you can go on CoinMarketCap and go through all of their AI and see here. But what we go to the conclusion, SUILEND's price hinges on their DeFi adoption outpacing security concerns and broader market rotations, blah, blah, blah. So there's lots of questions you can ask there, but we're going to go onto the SUI Explorer. Now we do this just so you know how to get there. We go on the Explorer. And what we go onto here and we go to holders. Now, because this is a lending profile, this is almost definitely the wallet that is storing all the value. So without going into a massively deep dive research, I would guess that, and these look to be exchanges selling the tokens. Bybit certainly is. Gate certainly is. MEXC certainly is. So the distribution looks okay based on that. But if you were going to put serious money in there, you would deep dive into what this wallet is. I believe by the percentage, that's probably the staking wallet. But I could be wrong. I'm making broad assumptions here based on the fact that I'm not investing in this, so I'm not deeper diving. We go on to the X account. We see that's a healthy amount of followers for a low cap altcoin. We see posts on there from 4 hours ago. We see an active account, very active social media account, 8 hours, 125 people engaged. Look at this one, 19 hours, 418. There is activity here. My lunatic friend, activity on their social media. They're active. They're making money. They're active. Tick, 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 tick. So this is the website. So this is where you go on. Now, what you can do is you can stake money here. You can lend, you can borrow. So it's providing utility. And we see the total value locked in there. People borrowing money. Look at the deposits. See the stats on the website. We go to crypto rank. And what we see here, we look at the token allocation. And we see that, look, 20% went into an airdrop. The investors get 20% and other, well, we don't know what others are. We see there's a lot of VCs. Now, this could explain price suppression. But what we can't find here is how much they paid. So we don't know about dumpage. So we're going to cover that later. So that was a little prompt I put in earlier. That's nothing to do with this. But here we see, look, this is the important part. I've asked some questions on SUILEND. Now you can read through this should you wish. I'm just going to go straight through to the summary. Straight through to the summary. So you can read through all of this, but they've effectively got a strong team, a strong ecosystem. They've got quite a lot of strong stuff. So conclusion, SUILEND is a leading decentralized finance protocol on SUI, backed by a seasoned team and strong fundamentals, including 1 billion plus total value locked. 16 million annualized revenue and innovative tokenomics. Early investors secured a 20% token allocation with a 2-year vesting period. Reflecting confidence in its growth, sentiment is highly positive and fueled by community engagement, institutional interests in SUI, and SUILEND's first mover advantage, though risks, blah, blah, blah. So I said, do you know what the VCs paid per coin? And the fact is that information is not readily available. What we can do is we can counter back here. We can see that it started trading at 376. So here we can read through here, and nobody knows for certain, but without precise deal terms, there's a 30-cent estimate. But some sites are saying it was up to $2.75. So somewhere between 30 cents and $2.75, we don't know. But what we do know is that the price, whether it was 30 or 275, is looking like incredible value at the current point in the market. Now, with the money going into this protocol, it's only a matter of time before the market catches up. And even if the early stage investors got in at 30 cents, the odds are that they're not going to be taking profits at this level. And it's highly likely that they paid more than 30 cents. We don't know, but there's a 2-year vesting schedule. 2 years of vesting, and they don't point that out on here. We've got no access to the vesting schedule. But this looks like a strong coin. It's making money. The profit is coming in. It's rising up. SUI's getting more total value locked. All of the metrics, all of the money making, revenue generating metrics are looking very positive for SUILEND. So whilst this is not investment advice, this is just a great way to look at actual value versus hype. This protocol is making money. And it seems incredibly price suppressed at the moment. So on that basis, it might be worth looking into. But what would I know? I'm just a random lunatic sitting on the Lunar Cafe doing little reports like this to help you on your little journey into crypto. And if you've appreciated this and you want more of the same, then please do subscribe to the channel for more of these little hidden gems or these educational videos. And if you want another one, you will find that just there. But either way, my lunatic friend, have fun, stay lunatic, and make money with crypto.